Heroes of Iberia, before the video starts, we want to tell you something. Contrary to what some of you think, we are not Zemi Interactive. We are an independent channel and have nothing to do with the development of 4Story. Since there are some insulting comments about this, you should be aware of this in the future. Well, this video is the third episode in our series, The Evolution of 4Story. In the last video, we already talked about the big Rise of Gor patch. Click on the top right if you have not watched this part yet. After this patch didn't get the best response, it went a bit uphill with patch 3.9. But could 4Story ever recover after the gigantic update? Let's see. Here we go. Patch 4.0 was released on May 28, 2012, which was not very popular among players. After that, it became quiet around 4Story, and the developer, Zemi Interactive, did not return with new content that year. Almost a year later, on February 20, 2013, Patch 4.1 rang the bells of the MMO. This was entitled Attack of the Dragons. It changed the complete interface, including some display windows of the game, which caused difficulties for some players in the beginning. The new interface could not be compared with the old one. Furthermore, it was now possible to place several chat windows at the same time. As the name already suggested, there was a new instance in a new level area, because the level was also raised to 93. The map, Colossus Mountain, was very appreciated by the players. The sky especially was very popular and created a spooky atmosphere. From then on, several monsters and a dragon appeared in the new area once a day, which had to be defeated. If you managed to do this, you got boxes with items. The special thing about this was that all factions could fight each other in the meantime. In addition to these new features, a level of monsters and mercenaries of the Heavenly Garden War and the Burger Conquest had been increased and adjusted. Additionally, a further feature was released, which, after its release, shaped the world around 4Story, the companion system. With it, you could get small pets, which offered the additional possibility to improve the attributes of a character. Moreover, they could be equipped with special abilities, such as the Guardian Angel. The higher the level of your companion, the more attributes could be assigned. This new possibility was very well received by the players. New improved armor with ability level 40 was also released. So there was another way to compete among the players. There was also a small change regarding the mounts. After dismounting, they no longer ran next to you, but disappeared. All in all, this patch was not condemned. The players agreed, only the new interface was met with criticism. Spring came over Iberia, and besides smaller events, the successors soon followed. Patch 4.1, which was released on July 2, 2013, brought an expansion that would make it easier for players to level up. The peaceful mission cards up to level 70 were added to the game. Players were now able to join a peaceful version of the game where they could level undisturbed and not be attacked by other players. When leveling, however, you received less experience points. In addition to this, Hunting Fever was integrated. If you defeated several monsters in quick succession, you entered a Hunting Fever mode. If you managed to kill a given number of monsters within a certain time, you reached the next round. You could gain temporary abilities that would help you level up. Furthermore, the patch 4.2 also included a revision to the region Tibeket. The different guards and monsters were revised and adapted. New costumes were released and could now be obtained by players at events. In addition, several bugs were removed. Also, the new interface, quest window, and mailbox had been reworked. Now it became really quiet around 4Story for the first time. The number of players decreased, and for the first time, you could assume that the 4Story era was over. An increasing number of illegal private servers were released, which presented 4Story as the game as it was originally released. Then, a year later, on April 23, 2014, patch 4.4, the Infinite Value, reached Iberia. Many players came back now because a great new feature was born, the Battleground. You could join the Battleground with 5 players and then play against another team, also consisting of 5 players. The player was then on a map with 3 so-called Titans. During the course of the game, you had to push at least 2 of these Titans into the base of your opponents to win the game for you and your group. Of course, you had to fight properly. If you won the game, there were also reward boxes. Additionally, a ranking system was added to the game, so you could also move up in different ranks. The different ranks could then be displayed above the head of the players outside the battlefield. The Battleground created a wave of new and old players who found their way back to the game. However, many players were also critical of the new feature as PvP changed. What do you think about it? Write it in the comments. Besides the Battleground, the level was also raised, this time to 97, but there was no new area. Players could level up in the Colossus Mountains. Also, geographically something was changed. The sky textures in several areas were reworked. Patch 4.4 is also the patch where the former tutorial was removed. This caused a disappointment for many players because the tutorial offered very nice scenery and reminded many players of the old times. The third part of our series ends here. How did you notice the new content we discussed in this video? The next video will continue with patch 4.5.